Hi, everyone. I am so happy to be here. I want to welcome everyone to this amazing Insight Timer space where we find incredible minds and resources to live a fantastic life. Today I am going to share with you the agenda so we can go on as more people join, just to give us a little bit more time. So, we're going to start with a meditation, and we're going to have an overview of the 9 powers of women. There is the fundamental for the divine feminine. Also, after doing this overview, we're going to talk about, good day to you, Christine. We're going to talk about 3 of the 9 powers, and is the power of nurturing, the power of creativity, and the power of confidence. Then I'm going to go through all of those and teach you some practical exercises to help you increase your powers. And then at the end, we're going to do a divine feminine meditation to help incorporate everything that you learned. If you have not done so, it will be fantastic for you to take a pen and a paper, just so you can take notes. I will record, this session is being recorded and will be available at my website at some time in the future. I don't know when. But it's the first time we hear, especially because we're going to do a meditation, will be fantastic for you to take notes. So if you have not done so, please go ahead and do it. In the meantime, I'm going to ask you to share, where are you dialing in from? I'm from New York, but I am in Paris today. So where are you guys? If you could Norway. Fantastic, Siva. Anybody else wants to share where they're from? Oh, Utah. Know me from Utah. Fantastic. Connecticut. Oh, wow. Hello, neighbors. Australia. Virginia. Fantastic. Missouri. Washington State. Nice. I am so happy to have all of you here. It means a lot to me. And many people have been asking me why I have not done this earlier. And the reason is that until last October 1st per se, when people ask what it is that I did for a living, I used to tell them I was a director of operations for a big, large company, and I was very busy. And on the side, I was a writer, a meditation teacher, and a coach. So I left that job to do my mission full time. And because I was really very busy at work, I worked pretty much 7 days except for 2 days of the year. Now I can dedicate myself full time to my mission. So I am very, very, very happy. For those people who don't know me, I'm from Brazil, and I lived in New York for 36 plus years. My story was very simple. I left my parents' home when I was just before my 18th birthday because I didn't believe that the way women was treated in my house was the right way. My father, which I have forgiven him now, he passed away, was very domineering and control everything. So when I came to New York, was supposed to be a 6 months adventure, and then my path opened up for me. And I hope that as some of you are listening to the energy that you have, the power, the 9 powers of women, you will have your path unfold in front of you as well. So we're going to start with a little meditation. I'm just going to put a little music. So if you could uncross your legs, uncross your arms. Oops. Okay. We're going to take 3 deep breaths just to allow our body to relax. It tells our brain that it's okay to let it go and be here. Inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth. One more time. You can say to yourself, this is a sacred space, and so it is. Take another breath. This is a sacred space, and so it is. Take another breath. This is a sacred space, and so it is. I ask the angels and the beings of light to be here present and help us hear everything that we need to hear, know everything that we need to know, and take action on everything that we need to do. We are grateful for this time. We are grateful for all the spiritual help that we're having right now. And here we are. You can open your eyes. So, what are the 9 powers of women? The first time I shared this concept in a room, I was alone. There was only 2 women in a room, and there were probably about 10 guys. They asked me what book I was working on, and I said, I'm working on the 9 powers of women. And all of the guys kind of look at me, what? What powers of women? And I briefly explained to them, but I was very taken by their reaction. And because they were all thinking about being this feminist against men kind of thing. And actually it's totally the opposite. It's about the divine feminine, right? It is about being a woman on our core. The 9 powers of women were given to us at our birth. The moment we said, I want to incarnate in this lifetime, we were given the 9 powers, and each power came to being with every birthday. So on your first birthday, you had the power of nurturing. On your second birth, you had the power of creativity. On your third birthday, the power of confidence. The 4th birthday, you had the power of compassion. And 2 small powers they are on our hands, the power of generosity and healing. And our 5th birthday, we had the power of authenticity. Our 6th birthday, we had the power of intuition. On our 6th birthday, wait, I'm missing something. Oh, intuition. Yes. And on the 7th birthday, our power of beauty. That is nothing to do with being beautiful, physically having beautiful hair, great makeup, wonderful skin, incredible nails. It's not about that. It's about our inner beauty that explodes outside of us, because internally we are a beautiful soul. So, when we talk about the power of nurturing, which is so important for women. Even, it talks about being a mother. And even if you're not, if you didn't give birth to a child, you are still a mother. You are a mother of your projects. You are a mother of your pets. And most of all, as you turn about 13, 14, you begin to be your own mother. Yes, you become your own mother. Before talking about being your own mother, because as it is, the power of nurturing, you were very powerful when you were a baby. You know, with just a scream, you were able to get changed, fed, loved. At least most people are. And we are always, relying on our mother for that. So today, some people may not have good relationships with their mother. Maybe they were abandoned. Maybe they had to mother their mother. Maybe their mother wasn't very nice. And a lot of women and men too go around living with that huge heavy shoulders about disliking that mother, hating that mother. And regardless of what mother did or didn't do, this is the time, especially after 21, where you need, actually, you don't have to, but you need to forgive everything that you feel about your mother. Everything about her that upsets you. Everything about going home for the holidays and avoiding and not having any conversations or any contact. This is going to be a big step that starts at 21. So if you up to now have been, don't have a good relationship with your mother, today is the day that it begins to change. Why? Because whatever it is that she did or didn't do, it's her business. Your business now is to be your own mother. And the important thing is that if you didn't have a good mother, it looks like you don't have really good role models. So if your mother was really hard on you, women tend to be really hard if you're on themselves. If your mother was absent, you tend not to take care of yourself. If you had to be a mother to your siblings or to her or to other people around you very earlier, you tend to be tired of being a mother. I've been a mother. And what I hear is that I've been a mother for so many years, since I was 11, since I was 7, I have to be a mother for my siblings because my mother wasn't there. And now, today, we are going to begin to give all of that up, right? And one of the things that I teach about becoming your own mother is giving yourself what you feel you were shortened, right? If you need to write it down, number 1, you have to give, not have, right? You need to give yourself what you feel it's missing from your mother. That's the number 1, right? And how do we do that? There's a practice that I do, not initially. I didn't do that initially. I had a good mother. I judged my mother. I felt that she didn't do the things that she should have done. And that kind of a judgment, was actually, put it right back at me. So I could see that, my mother had a completely different circumstances, back then when she was a mother of 6 children, one after the other with no help, pretty much. So, one of the things that I advise people to do first is to begin very gently. And this practice that you can do in the morning, you can do in a shower, is to give yourself love. And you can give yourself love physically so your body can remember what it is. It's just by caressing yourself. As I'm doing this, I can feel goosebumps, right? It's just like my body. I haven't done this in a while. So that means that my body is eating this and remembers. So if you want to let's just take a minute and just give ourselves this self-love, this love of a mother, right? That's the first exercise. And you will see, especially if you get up in the morning and you do your meditation, even for 5 minutes or whatever time you do for meditation. And at the end of your meditation, you just give yourself love. That's a really good way to start, because this is a body mind exercise. So your body is telling your mind that you are loved, that you are being loved by a mother, your own mother, you, right? This is the first exercise that we do for nurturing. That's fun. Wow, that was really powerful for me, though. Now, let's just take another breath. As we give our self-motherly love, one of the things that we need to begin is to forgive our mothers. So everybody has a long list of things that we complain about our mothers, that we dislike about your mothers, that we tell our best friend what our mother did lately, what she didn't do, all of those things, right? Great. So Siva is saying, I can relate to this. I don't resent my mother, but we don't talk anymore. Health boundaries. Yes. And we'll talk a little bit more about that. Because one of the things that we can do is get on a paper and write everything that we think our mother didn't do or should have done or could have done better. Everything. You were abusive. You were a critic. You criticize everything I did. We list all of those things, right? Everything, like we're going to pour. And this is something that you do maybe on a Saturday or Sunday morning, or a day that you don't have to go to work because you have to tune in into your feelings. And you write down everything that you think your mother didn't do. And may take you maybe 10, 15 minutes, because sometimes when you put this emotion out, you cry, and it's good cry. And it's a sad cry, but it's a good cry. As you list everything, 20, 30 things that you believe your mother didn't do, you go back to that list and you read the first line. You are very critical of me. And then you write it next, and I forgive you. You are very abusive, and I forgive you. And as you write and you say that out loud, right? Because you wrote all this list, 20, 30 things, 40 if you may have, everything that she did, even events, that Christmas you got drunk, that Easter, I never had any chocolate, whatever it is. And when you go back to the list, you read that, and then you write and you say out loud, you were drunk on Thanksgiving, and I forgive you. You mistreat my children, and I forgive you. Every one of them, even though if you're not at the stage of forgiving them with your heart, with your compassion. When we get to the power of compassion, maybe we'll get there a little easier. So feel free to do this exercise. I'm just going to give you a few minutes to make a note of it, because this is a really good, powerful exercise for you to begin to soften. And why? Because nobody's perfect. Nobody's perfect. And I'm not defending any mother who abandoned their kids, who even may have murdered their kids. I'm not defending them. But one of the things that I believe is that we selected our mother before we came. we selected that person who didn't do all the things that we wanted to do. And there's a reason why. And maybe today you'll find out what was the reason. Maybe you won't. But as you're doing this exercise, you know that the reason you picked that particular mother was for you to learn something new. Maybe it's to learn to forgive. Maybe it's to learn resilience. Maybe it's to learn authenticity, because as we see something that we don't like, we think, oh, I don't want to be like that at all. But in reality, our brain, we learn those conditions by osmosis. So it will be a really good thing for you to pay attention if you're not repeating some of the things your mother did to you, to your children. I have to tell you that one of the things I know I did to my children, especially when I was upset and mad and stressed, I did some of the things that my father did to me. And this is the last thing I wanted for my children. But we did it because whatever, right? Whatever reason happened. Okay. So this is one of the things that you need to learn. I just want to make sure that I didn't forget any others. Okay. So the third practice that you need to start, because about self-care, right? Especially if your mother didn't take care of you, there's a very good chance that you don't take care of yourself. Why? Because we learn by osmosis. And maybe having self-care, taking care of ourselves is not in our vocabulary. And I tell you, working with so many women in the past 36 years in business and friendships and in coaching, one of the things that I notice, and in me as well, is self-care. We put ourselves less, right? So there is a practice that you can begin today. And especially when you are very busy and you have so many things to do, you ask yourself a question, and you can write this question on your phone, on a sticky note. You can put it on your mirror. You can write with lipstick in your mirror if you like, if your partner allows you to do this, or your kids. You can put in your dashboard of your car, in your office. And the question is, if I was my mother, what advice I'll give me? If I was my mother, what advice I'll give me? And I tell you one of the things that I still practice today. I was always a workaholic. I worked too much. I work all the time. I had lists of things to do. And often I forgot to eat. I forget to drink water, and it still happens. I mean, 3 days ago, I'm here working 3 books, and I got into a groovy, and I forgot to drink water. And then at the end of the day, I realized I had maybe 3 glasses of water when my body needs about 7 or 8. 6 would be the minimum. And I still want a few things to do, and I didn't eat. I was late. And I stopped and I asked myself, if I was my mother, what would she tell me to do? And I hear it. I feel it. I sense. Stop and eat. Leave everything behind. Go and eat. And as you cooking or doing whatever, drink a glass of water. So this power of nurturing is already inside of you. You just need to make time for this to come out, right? Just make a little time for this to come out. And that question, if you write it down, and because you need to remember there's so many things you need to do, or you forgot, or you are in the middle of nowhere, you're a little bored, you're sitting on the couch watching TV, and you can ask yourself that question. If I was my mother, what should you tell me to do? And you may hear that, get up and go for a walk. Pick up a book, turn the TV off. Go take this class. Go to Insight Timer and listen to a meditation. Whatever it is, call your mother. Call your children. You will hear that And that's the beginning of the self-care. Of course, self-care is a lot more than that. There is, it's drinking water, eating, giving time for giving yourself downtime. And if anybody is like me, you need to schedule what it is that you are going to do. Otherwise, it won't happen. Even though you have all the time, but you're so used to work all the time, then you will forget to give yourself some fun. And I tell you, when I realized this is what I did back in 2017 or 18, when I started writing a book about burnout, I start scheduling fun. And people look at me and say, why do you need to schedule to, go for a walk or go to a park or go to the museum? Why? Because some people who are not used to give them the love and care needs to be reminded. So be your own reminded. So this little trick does works really well. Okay, Gail, my mom got cancer. So if you don't want me to read your stuff, I won't just put a note. Please don't read it, but I like to share with other people, because what I know is when somebody share is because there is other people in a group that needs to hear what you said. Oh, thank you, Gail. Gail said it was okay to read. So if there are other people that needs to hear that. So my mother got cancer when I was 17 and died when I was 26. It's hard to imagine having a mom anymore. I'm 64 now and I just battled cancer myself. Okay. Gail, it just got chills. And every time I get chills is because my guides and my angels telling me it is, somebody else needs to hear that. This is the perfect time for you to start giving that exercise of giving you self-love. Right? Every day, 3 times a day. I tell you, this is my prescription for you. 3 times a day, take 3 deep breaths and then start doing this. Even if you are working or if you are in the office and you work busy, go to the bathroom, close the stall and do this. Okay. Just give yourself 3 times a day. And I tell you, go one step further and say, I love you. I'm your mother now. I love you. I'm your mother now. You can beat that. And if everybody here today could just send some love to Gail, for healing. And, so the hearts are coming, Gail, for you. You can't see it, but I'm telling you, it's a lot, right? So do this exercise and tell yourself, I got you. I love you now. I got you, right? This is it, right? And my heart goes to you, and I'll keep you in my prayers, Gail. All right. So we're talking about. Oh, okay. So I did that. She did the exercise with me, and was so nice. I never thought of doing that. Thank you. And look, I don't come up with the stuff. My guides, my angels, give me the stuff in meditation. I am so blessed that I have the opportunity to hear, but it's because I think it's because I meditated. It has been my calling, my passion, my mission, but I made space for it. And talking about making space, we're going to go to the second power, which is the power of creativity. Now, a lot of people say that women are not creative. Men are. And research has shown completely the opposite, right? That women are actually more creative than men. But this is not a competition, right? This is definitely not a competition. I think that the reason people think that men are more creative than women is because they express their idea all the time. They have the confidence, which we're going to talk in the next power. But creativity. So if you know you're creative, right? Your power of creativity needs some adjustment. There's one thing that you do. Of course, you can actually get a pendulum and put it right next to your navel and see if the pendulum does one of those or stays stick. It just tells you the energy of creativity, which is the second chakra, is stacked. But there's an easy way. look at your life. Look at your life overall. Look at your career, your family, your money, your reputation or fame, your relationships, your children, your travel or your friendships, your health. And if those areas are okay, you are the creative that you're meant to be. If there are 1 or 2 or 3 areas that needs improvement, today is going to help. And if your life is a mess, if you don't like everything you see, you don't like where you live, you don't like your job, you don't like the people that you hang out with, you're always having problems with friends, you're having all this, we gotta look at the power of creativity. That yes, it is about creating arts and everything else, but it's also primarily for women is the ability to create your world. I'm going to repeat that. The power of creativity, it's your ability to create your world. And how you create your world, how you do that, right? So the first time everything that we create starts internally before we see it. So we have to see inside what it is that we believe that is not there. But what I found more important is that women need to give themselves time, right? To be in inspiration. That's where everything starts. The word inspiration means be in spirit, right? It's the internal part. Because if I'm going to say it. So if your life, it's not a good one as you intended, you gotta look in the mirror. And the first way is by giving yourself the space to be in spirit. I tell you, if you're part of this community, that means you meditate, and this is a fantastic way to start. And, research shows that 5 minutes a day can make wonders to your life because you start changing in, and that's how you reflect to the world. But 8 minutes is the key number, 8 minutes a day. So unless you are the black hole of the universe, the one that comes in and brings everybody down, you also an extrovert like me, and extroverts, they tend to spread whatever they're feeling inside. So if you are an extrovert, please be mind that the way you feel, 8 minutes a day of meditation, Gail, 8 minutes a day. So 8 minutes a day of meditation can change everything for you. That's the number, unless you are the black hole of the universe, that person that is always complaining, always faulting something, always arguing with somebody, always finding what's wrong with the world. And of course, there are a bunch of things that are wrong with the world, but you choose to focus on that only. So, and then if you are an extrovert, you contaminate everybody. Now, the introverts, not so much. The world can tolerate black holes of the universe being introverts because they only express that kind of energy when they are angry. So a little side note, has nothing to do with the powers, but just be mindful of that. So inspiration, right? Being in spirit, being quiet, and have some type of spirituality, whatever it is. My husband doesn't meditate, but his meditation is walking nature, and he knows that when he's too off, that he needs to go for a hike, go for a walk in the woods. And the reality is that within 15 minutes of being in nature for everyone, it can reset your energy. And once you reset your energy, you are able to create a little bit better. So I have a mantra, a little rule that when I'm upset, I'm going to give myself no more than 24 hours to be upset about that. Now, meditation helps me release, but there were times that, day 2, day 3, I was still upset and thinking about that all the time. And because what we think, what we focus is what we're creating, and being in that state, we are going to create more of that made me upset, that makes you upset. So it's important that in your power of creativity, you don't propagate the bad things that happen. It's just a bad juju, bad feelings, bad emotion. And sometimes it's hard to forgive, but there are a few things that we can do to really be an inspiration. Number one, find a book that you like. No murder mysteries, no romance. I know is the number one book the number one selling book is romance, because especially for women, that teaches them, that gives the idea, all the things that she wanted to do and couldn't. But when you need inspiration, that's not going to help you. You need some mindful, some poetry, some positive things, Wayne Dyer kind of things, Louise Hay kind of things, just to get you in spirit. And if you want right now, we can do a quick exercise to show where you are in creating your life. So I'm going to do is ask you to, where you are, to open your arms. You can be sitting, you can stand if you like. Just open your arms like this, right? Keep standing, and I'm going to ask you to close your eyes. Close your eyes. And actually, I'm going to put a little music, so it will be easy for people to get into this. Give me 1 second. Come on, music. Okay. All right, so close your eyes. You have your arms out. Let's just take 2 or 3 breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. I want you to put on your right hand a bag of sand. Imagine that you are holding a bag of sand. A little heavier, a little heavier. And on your left, you also have another bag of sand, about the same weight. Okay. On the bag of sand, on the right hand, you are going to put in your life as you envision, the kind of life you want to live. So if you want to have a better job, if you want to live in a different house, if you want to travel, if you want to find the lover of your life and have an incredible relationship, if you want to have the health, that's on your right hand. And on the left hand, you're going to imagine your life as it is. So on your right hand, you have your improved life, the one you dream, the one you envision. And on the left, the one you have right now. So now imagine that you are on a wall, about 4 feet high, and you are walking in this wall with your hands opened. You with your arms open, and you're holding those 2 bags of sand, one of your future and one of your current life. I want you to imagine walking in that wall. Just see yourself walking the wall with both arms up, holding the sand. Now you're going to run on the wall. Just run right now. And you're going to fall. Do you fall to the right or do you fall to the left? So if you fall to the right, you are on the right path to create the life you want. If you fell to the left, you are still stuck in your life. Were anybody able to see which side you fell, to the right or to the left? if you could share. Yeah, you could be, so you standing, of course we are sitting right now, Bharti, but when you envision, I thought the left was the life we imagine. Okay, so we won. Okay, right. I fell to the right, fell to the left. Okay. So if you fell to the right, you're doing the right things, right? So you are creating your internal message, your internal memoir is helping you. If you fell to the left, to the area that where you are, so it's almost like you're still stuck, but you temporarily stuck. The first thing that you do is start thinking of and feeling what it is that you want to be. Sometimes you fell to the left is because you don't believe what your life could be. And being in spirit and inspiration, that's the time that you create that life. I often recommend that after you do your meditation practice, whatever time you do, that you envision what it is that you want. But you envision living that life, not that the life is, far away, that the life is that you were there in that life, experiencing the kind of life you want to. Kim. I hate brain injury too, Kim. You fell to the left. All right, Kim, pay attention to this, and you can do this exercise in the future. After you do some meditations, get back to your meditation. And one of the things that you can do when you're doing your meditation, and ask at the end, because that's when you are in the alpha stage, you're in gamma, ask what it is that you need to do and trust their guidance. We will talk about more of that in the power of intuition. I will do on the 3-6. I will do that on the third, I think, session, because this is one of 3. Okay. So inspiration. So the key here is make time to dream, make time to be an inspiration. I had a client that was so busy, and I had to tell her to go to a museum every week, every Saturday or Sunday, just go to a museum, even if it's free, if it's in a library. So go see art, because she needed to disconnect it from their life of working 2 jobs, husband, kids, and do it alone, right? So make the time to do it alone. Sometimes we women will feel guilty by leaving our spouse or our children or our friends and family behind to get, an hour and a half alone. I tell you, my mother, in order to get time alone, she used to get her nails done. That was her therapy. Or she went to church, and that was her time alone, because even though the kids were there, they couldn't be talking to her, saying, Mom, this, Mom, that. Okay. Relearning everything after always falling right before accident. Kim, thank you. I keep building healing forward. It has been slow. My art is my lifeline. Yes. So even if let's say that you don't like museums. Some people don't. Go and find something that you love. Go walk on the beach, go to the sea, go walk in a park, different parks. The key is that you find inspiration, what inspire you. And people like Kim, who says art is her lifeline, sometimes it's just going outside to a park and doing sketches, and painting, or whatever it is, writing, right? That is whatever puts you in inspiration, you need to make time for. All right. So let's talk about the power of confidence. Okay. The power of confidence is really, really important to me. Why? Because in 36 years, I found more women with no or low confidence over and over and over, and my heart broke. Last year in February, I was in Italy. I won a trip, and I was the director. So there was other managers there and team members and general managers. And in this group, there were about maybe 22, 23, and about 8 or so women. And the women to be on this trip that we went to Italy with wine, dine, was amazing, the best trip of my life. And I have traveled extensively. The women there had no confidence, even though they were selected by their result, by what they did. They had no confidence. There was one woman who said to me that she said the reason she was promoted to position that she had was because she was Black. And all the other men, everybody in her region were men, and there was her and another woman. The other woman was a white woman. And she told me that, that the guys told her all the time, the only reason you got promoted is because you were Black. So I told her to tell them next time anybody says that, the reason you were promoted was because you were white and men. So, but I was really shocked that women had no confidence, even though they've been selected by not only the boss, her boss, but her boss's boss. And this is, I stayed a second week because the director behind me couldn't come. Poor me, I stayed 2 weeks in Italy instead of 1. And the same thing happened. And at the end of the trip, I made a decision that I need to do more with what I know. And this is why I left my job and I'm being self-employed and writing more books, putting more meditations, putting more classes online so I could help more women. But confidence, I have to tell you, and you may not believe me, every one of you have confidence. It's inside of you. There were stories that I tell in my next book coming out in end of November, The Umbrella Effect. There are women who are in their 50s and 60s and were able to lift a Buick to get her children out of under the car. And this is a woman that could not even carry the groceries every day because it was too heavy. So, and this is what happens. The confidence is inside of you. It's there. And when time is right, it comes out. However, we need that confidence to come out now, to come out on everything that you feel you need to do and have done it yet. So many people don't believe that they have the confidence. Actually, women feel that they have to be 100% ready before they apply for a job, before they speak out, before they tell somebody else. They do a little bit better in their circle of friends, but that work, that gritty work, that stuff that we need, they waited until the kids are in middle school or when they go to college, when they don't need them more, or today I'm just too busy. Next week, I don't have all the keys yet. We keep postponing, and this is the number one self-sabotage women do. So the first thing you need to bring to mind is your mindset. Women tend to sabotage with lack of confidence. There is a research that show that both a group of architects, men and women, they were given a test. They're both groups with similar education, similar career experience, and they took a test about what they know, architecture. And at the end of the test, they asked the men how they think they did. And the men said, I aced it. And the women said, I don't know if we did well. I think I did okay. When they look at the results, the women had done better than the men, right? So here we are. The women have all this potential, all this knowledge, all this incredible power, and the men are taking the credit for it. And again, this is not about men versus women. This is about us to own our power. I'm going to walk you through a quick exercise to teach you how to build your confidence. But first, I need to say the number one is your mindset. You got to believe you have it. It's there. It's part of your power. It comes on your gut, your third chakra. It's there. And when we do the meditation, you are going to energize the center today. Also know that the number one way you self-sabotage is by not taking action because you feel you don't have the confidence. And that's a trap. That's a lie. You have it. Okay. So, the one more thing I need to tell you about that. All right. So confidence. We saw that early on, we did this exercise. So, right. The body mind exercise for confidence is your posture. All right. So you standing still high, shoulders back, right? You can even bring your shoulders back, but stand tall. Right. So if you all could do it with me, let's just stand tall a little bit. Now stand just a little bit more taller, just a little bit more taller, just a little bit more taller, right? And you can see that your body didn't move, but your brain went there. And that's one of the exercises that you do. If you're in a meeting, if you need to speak, if you have a interview, especially now the interviews start over the phone or video. Don't lean in. You need to stand tall, right? In person, you actually lean in to show that you are interested. But on a video, you need to stand tall, right? Stand tall. And this is something that you practice. The way you dress also helps confidence and think this is an outsider. But because of our self-talk, which is very important. And I tell you, when I came today, and I have been talking and teaching for so long. And this is my second live with Insight Timer. And I got a little butterflies inside, and I have to do that. I have to do my meditation, sit still, because there is no second take if I make a mistake, right? This is going to go live, and I'm going to record, and, there will be no corrections. This is it. And you feel a little insecure, and then you remind yourself, this is it. This is it. The third one is there's a difference between hope and expect. So if you're going for a job, we hope we get the job. If you're going to meet somebody else, we meet this guy, it's a guy. If we're having a difficult conversation with someone, our spouse, our children, we hope that the conversation is going to go away. So we're not going to hope anymore. The power of confidence, and when you tune into this, your gut area, is expect. There's a big difference between expect and hope. So expect. Expect. Say to yourself, expect. Expect. All right. So now the exercise. I want you to close your eyes really quick. And I want you to, I'm going to put some music. I want to imagine that you were sitting in a chair and there's an empty chair in front of you, right across from you. And about 5 seconds, the most confident person you know is going to come in and sit in the chair. Allow this person to sit in the chair in front of you. You can see this person's eyes, hair, posture, lips, smile. This is the most confident person you know. It's nice to be sitting right in front of this person that has all this confidence. And it's almost like you can see the confidence emanating from this person. Let's take a breath. Another one. get up and you're going to step inside of this person. Like, don't second guess, don't question yourself. Just imagine yourself step inside of this person. I want you to feel what it feels to be confident. Pay attention to what this person is thinking. Feeling. Feel the posture of this person. I'm going to let you a minute to really remember and memorize how it feels to be confident. Again, feel the posture. The thoughts. The emotions of a confident person. Memorize now. Okay, you can get up now and go back to your chair and open your eyes. Okay. So this is a practice that you do. Again, it can help you wake up your confidence. All right, we're running out of time, so we're going to get into the meditation. And if you have any questions about the two powers of nurturing, creativity and confidence, I just remember one thing that I forgot about nurturing. If you are having money problems, this is related to the power of nurturing. So as we do this meditation today, it was a divine feminine meditation. When we get to the root chakra, which is the first one, the power of nurturing, make sure you spend a good time there to clear and hear what you need to hear, because I'll give you some time to hear guidance. And people ask me, do you hear just like I'm here? I'm saying right now. It's not. It's a knowing. Some people see pictures. Some people have a sense. Some people actually hear it. But it's not the norm. It's just like counting to yourself 1, 2, 3, 4 when you count in your head. That's the kind of guidance that you receive. All right. So, we are going to do the divine feminine meditation. Okay. To solidify the day. Let's take a breath and on the exhale, let's say, That's an hour of gratitude for the day. And we're going to take one more breath. We're going to imagine a bright star up in the sky above you. That's your own personal star. It's a beautiful star. It belongs to you. And from the star, there is a bright light, the light of the divine feminine coming down from heaven into you. into your head, and it's going to travel down your body, traveling down through your eyes, your ears, coming out of your ears, coming out of your mouth and your nose, going down your throat, going down your neck and your shoulders, and your arms, coming down through your fingers, down through your heart, going down through your stomach, your belly, your hips, and your legs, traveling down through your knees and calves, coming down through the tip of your toes. And as you went out, it took all unnecessary energy that you don't need anymore, that can be transmuted and transformed. Now you can see the light turning into this beautiful pink or green or a combination of them. Whatever you see, it's okay. It could be golden too, or white. This divine feminine light, it's circulating around your hips. See the divine light circulating around your hips, energizing and clearing the first chakra that is around the ovaries for women and a tailbone for men. So see this light circulating and removing everything that needs to go. And the light is getting wider and wider. It's your own divine feminine. Now this light is gonna enter your first chakra, which is around your ovaries, and continue to circulate. It enters your ovary and circulates around your body, and it's going to do that 9 times. I will count them for you. See yourself breathing this light through your first chakra, energizing the power of nurturing, of becoming your own mother. Breathe in and breathe out. 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 And the last one, breathe in and breathe out. Now the light is going to move around your navel, and it's going to circulate around your navel, your second chakra, energizing, clearing the power of creativity, so you can find inspiration more easily to create the life you want to create. Let's take a couple breaths. See the light around your navel becoming larger and larger. And now we're going to breathe the light through the second chakra around your belly button. We're going to breathe that light 9 times. Breathe Breathe in and breathe out. 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 And the last one. Breathe in and breathe out. We're going to move this beautiful, radiant pink, green, or whatever color you have to your gut, which is the power of confidence, right below your breasts. And this is for your power of confidence. As we clear and energize this chakra, we will infuse with more trust and less willpower. So see the light getting wider and wider around your third chakra to restore your confidence. See the light rotating around your third chakra. And with each breath, we're going to energize 9 times by breathing this light through the third chakra. Breathe in and breathe out. 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 And the last one. Breathe in and breathe out. Now ask the Divine Feminine for guidance. One thing that you could do, one thing that you need to do to improve the quality of your life. I will be quiet so you can hear. Keep rotating the light around you and pay attention to the guidance you receive. divine feminine light to your personal star. See the light traveling up your body, exiting through the top of your head, and going up, up, up in the sky. Back to your personal star. When you're ready, you can open your eyes, rub your hands. Did anybody receive any guidance? You don't have to share what the guidance is. If anybody could give me some feedback. Let go. Yes. Yes, Christine, thank you for sharing. Noni, thank you for sharing. Yeah, love myself. Absolutely. Oh, I just got chills, Libby. All right, everyone. Thank you very much. Stop the stories. Yes, yes. Stop the stories. We all have them. Okay. Thank you very much for joining me. If you need more help, especially if you have really deep issues with your mother, I have a class in Insight Timer called Quantum Healing Through the Chakras that is based on the 9 powers of women. I think there's 10 classes or so. So feel free to take that class if you like. Also, I have some a file on the power of nurturing, I think, because I see the need for women to have more of that motherly. And I during this meditation, I just realized that I will do the session 3 next Saturday at the same time. Hopefully you can make it. And also, if you feel that this session today gave you value, please make a donation. It helps us teachers to continue to create these live events and free content, so Insight Timer can continue to be the biggest, the largest library of free meditation in the world. Okay. So if you have any questions, you can send me questions through Insight Timer. I respond to all the messages I receive. If something comes up for you, please share with me if I can help you. I would love to. And then next week, the same time, I will do the next 3 powers, which is the power of compassion, the power of authenticity, and the power of intuition. So I'll see you then. Thank you very much. I love the love sending my way. I absolutely love it. And I will see you all next Saturday. And in the meantime, just check some of my meditations. I have a lot of free content there. All right. Bye for now, guys. Thank you.